This is the Bestway Steel Pro Max 14 by 33 round above ground pool. It is the simple backyard setup that actually got me through triple-digit Arizona summers without turning my evenings into a constant maintenance routine. I would put this in the category of seasonal, family-friendly, above-ground pools that you set up on a weekend and enjoy for months. It is best for people who want a reliable place to cool off, relax with kids or a couple of friends, and not commit to anything permanent. If I were training for laps or wanted deep water for diving, I would look elsewhere. If what I want is a clean, chill space to float, splash, and unwind after work, this nails it. The look is understated, which I prefer. The exterior is a calm gray that blends into most yards instead of screaming for attention. The round shape makes the footprint easy to place and easier to walk around. The frame is steel with a protective coating that has handled sun and sprinklers better than I expected. The liner is a heavy-duty 3-layer polyvinyl chloride material with a mosaic print on the inside. None of that matters on paper unless it affects how it feels day to day. In use, those choices mean the walls stay firm when kids push off them, the floor does not feel flimsy underfoot, and the whole pool holds its shape without sagging, even after hours of splashing. At roughly 14 feet across and about 33 inches tall, it strikes a sweet spot for families. I am a little over average height and I can stand comfortably, while kids can wade and play safely with a parent an arm's length away. Setting it up was the part I worried about, and it ended up being straightforward. I leveled a patch of ground, laid a tarp, unrolled the liner, and then slid the frame pieces together. There are no tools involved, just push buttons and connectors that click. The only tricky moment is getting the liner smooth and centered so wrinkles do not collect dirt later. With a second pair of hands, that part goes faster, but I have done it solo as well. From opening the box to turning on the hose took me under an hour once I knew where I wanted it. Filling it with water is the long part and depends on your water pressure, but I counted that in hours, not minutes. While it filled, I connected the included cartridge pump. It is a 530-gallon-per-hour unit. For light daily use, it keeps things moving, and it is quiet enough that it blends into normal backyard sounds. When the neighborhood gets dusty or I have a big group in the water, I notice that little pump working hard, and I have to rinse or swap the filter cartridge more often. Here is how all of that translates into everyday performance. Circulation is good enough that I get clear water when I stay on top of simple routines. I run the pump, use the included ChemConnect dispenser to keep chlorine consistent, and give the surface a quick skim in the evening. If a dust storm rolls through, I plan on a deeper clean. The frame has been stable through regular use. I have seen a little surface rust after years of sun and splashing, mostly at the very bottom of the legs where puddles form. That has been cosmetic and slow to appear. The liner has held up better than I expected. After years of kids cannonballing the safe way and adults climbing in and out, I have had only one small puncture from a sharp toy. I patched it with a standard repair kit, and that patch has stayed put through heat and movement. In real-world testing, the pool does not fight you. It is not the fanciest thing. It is steady. The water warms up in the Arizona sun, then cools down overnight. On days when the temperature hit 110 degrees, I could finish yard work, step in, and feel the stress drop in a minute. On quieter evenings, I would turn on some music, float, and watch the sky change color. With a couple of kids and 2 adults, there is room to move around without elbows constantly bumping. With 5 or 6 people, it turns into a sit-and-chat situation, which is fine for us. The walls do not flex or burp air because there is no inflatable ring to worry about. The frame feels solid when I rest my arms on it, and the top rails stay cool enough to touch even under full sun. A specific use case that I keep coming back to is weekend family time. I set the pump to run in the morning, make sure the ChemConnect dispenser is loaded, and by midday the water looks inviting. The kids bring in pool noodles and a soccer ball, I grab a float, and we all hang out for an hour. After we get out, I do a 5-minute cleanup. I scoop leaves, check the skimmer basket, and rinse the filter if it has been a busy day. That small routine is what keeps the water clear. I am not a pool expert and this is manageable. When I want to raise the baseline even more, I use a simple vacuum head on a pole once a week to pull sand and grit off the floor. That has made a big difference after windy days. There are a few thoughtful touches that I appreciate. The drain valve at the bottom can connect to a standard garden hose, so when I need to lower the water level or pack up for the season, I can send water where I want it instead of creating a swamp near the legs. The ChemConnect dispenser attaches cleanly to the return line, so I do not have a floating chlorine puck holder knocking into swimmers. The connectors on the frame are smooth and rounded, which matters when kids are grabbing the rail or climbing in. What is not included is a ladder. I bought a separate ladder after my first week, and I would not go without it, especially for younger kids or shorter adults. Getting in and out without one is awkward, and it puts stress on the frame that I would rather avoid. If I am being picky, the included pump is the biggest compromise. It works, but it is basic. In a dusty area like mine, I notice it struggling after a heavy use day. The quick fix is to clean the cartridge more often. The lasting fix is to upgrade to a stronger pump or a sand filter later. I eventually moved to a more powerful system, and water clarity jumped, especially during peak use. The other minor gripe is that the bottom of the legs can show surface rust if puddles sit there. Raising the legs on small plastic shims and keeping the ground under them dry has slowed that down. Storage is not a headache if I plan ahead. When it is time to pack up for winter, I drain it, wipe the liner, let it fully dry, then fold it loosely. 2 people can lift the liner and frame parts into a bin or a corner of the garage. The following season, I reverse the steps. The liner does hold some creases after storage, but sun and water relax them within a day. After living with this pool through harsh sun, dust, and a lot of kid energy, I trust it. It is not trying to be a resort. It is a simple, sturdy, round pool that does what it says it will do. If I want something that fits in a moderate yard, sets up in an afternoon, gives me a reliable place to cool down, and does not tie me to a permanent build, I would pick this again. If I need serious exercise space, almost no weekly chores, or a showpiece, I would look at a different category. So here is where I land. If I am a renter, a family that wants easy summer fun, or someone who wants flexibility without committing to a major project, the Bestway Steel Pro Max 14 by 33 round above ground pool is a safe recommendation from me. I would budget for a ladder right away, keep up with quick daily tidying, and consider a pump upgrade after a season if my water sees heavy use or a lot of dust. Do that, and it will serve me well for years. Check the comments of this video for a link to see the current pricing of the Bestway Steel Pro Max 14x33 round above ground pool.